Swadika, good afternoon and welcome back to the midday edition of NBT World Brief. You're here with me, Shanita Sidagate Krathon. Our first story this afternoon. Yesterday, the Prime Minister personally inspected the crime scenes in Chonburi province following the brutal double murder that has shaken public confidence. He pledged that the justice will be served without exception. Prime Minister and Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul joined National Police Chief Police General Kitrat Panpet in Chonburi province to inspect the crime scenes where two Russian siblings and a Thai family of three were found murdered in separate locations about 2 kilometers apart. The Prime Minister said the government would oppose any sentence reductions for the perpetrators of brutal crimes that undermine public confidence and tourism. While Thailand retains the death penalty, he stressed that sentencing is solely the court's decision and the government will ensure that the suspects face the full legal process. In Hoi Yai police station, he expressed condolences to the victims' families and apologized to Russian citizens, saying that the murders were the actions of individual criminals and did not reflect Thailand's overall safety. After receiving a police briefing, the Prime Minister said investigators have strong evidence linking the suspects to at least 2 or 3 violent crimes. Police are also investigating whether there are additional victims and possible connections to drug trafficking and other criminal networks. He noted that the Russian victims had lived in Thailand for 7 years to study and run businesses and were not tourists. Thailand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has formally challenged claims made in a UN human rights report on the Thai-Cambodian border situation, insisting the assessment overlooked key facts. The government is urging international mechanisms to remain impartial and rely on verified information. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a statement responding to the remarks by Tom Andrews, the UN Special Rapporteur on the human rights situation in Cambodia following his recent visit to the country. The ministry rejected claims that about 650,000 Cambodians has been internally displaced because of the Thai-Cambodian border conflict, saying the figure included people who have long lived in areas that Thailand has opened as temporary humanitarian shelters in the late 1970s. It said many later remained inside Thai territory despite repeated protests and therefore do not meet the definition of internally displaced persons. Thailand also disputed claims that 900,000 Cambodian workers were forced to leave Thailand, stressing that those returning did so voluntarily following appeals from the government from Cambodia. The ministry reiterated that Thailand has never adopted a policy of expelling Cambodian workers and remains committed to protecting their safety. The government reaffirmed its commitment to human rights and international humanitarian law, while urging UN human rights mechanisms to remain impartial and base their assessments on credible, viable, verifiable information from all sides. Thailand also expressed its readiness to restore relations with Cambodia through sincere cooperation, reduce tensions and existing bilateral mechanisms. As Thai people increasingly rely on digital platforms for news, the Public Relations Department is stepping up on efforts to monetize government communication. Sudritai Lertkasem, Director General of the Public Relations Department or PRD, visited Trang province to monitor operations and deliver policy directions to officials under Regional Public Relations Office 6. During the visit, she inspected preparations for the Public Relations Center for the royal funeral ceremony of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother, at Trang Provincial Hall and received updates on the office's operations. The PRD Director General emphasized the vital role of local PRD agencies as a bridge between the government and the public. She called for stronger management of personnel operations and budgets while expanding the use of digital and social media to improve public access to accurate government information. She later visited the local National Broadcasting Services of Thailand station, where she promoted a proactive communication strategy focused on delivering key government policies and urging public information quickly, accurately, and in a way that is easy to understand. The Director General also encouraged staff to strengthen digital content production, tailor information for different low online platforms, highlight local success stories, and communicate solutions to the public concerns more effectively while following up on land use permission for the station's forest area. That's the end of our midday edition of NBT World Brief. For more stories, you can simply scan the QR code on your screen to access a full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, I'm Shanita Sidagate Krathon. สวัสดีค่ะ